Well, shit, guys. I'm sorry I forgot to get everything started filming this morning. But anyway, we came down. We started running the jungle beans right here in the front. Got these done. Went to another little patch back here. Got chewing away into them. I got the blue cart basically full. I was fucking turning around, getting ready to chew into some weedy stuff. And boom! Not really any noise, but just all of a sudden, the sickle drive quit moving. I was like, huh, well, that's kind of weird. So we stopped and made sure our belt, which I've taken off, I've made sure it was okay, and it was. I'm like, man, what the heck? So, yeah, the gearbox there decided to fucking break. But I think it broke in the cheapest way to break. And also, when we stopped, it was cleaning out the back end, making sure the sieves and everything was adjusted. We've got a bearing clear up in here on the other side that the cage is falling off. The balls are exposed, and there's about half as many balls there as what they're supposed to be. So I guess it was a good thing combine broke, because it's Sunday. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So we're gonna run the combine all the way back home so we can get those bearings replaced. And I already called the dealer, and I'm pretty sure all that stuff is available and not going to be super expensive. But like if the whole gearbox was to be replaced, and the center eccentric, which is a shaft it's cut in a way that it wobbles like this as it spins, which is what makes the sickle go back and forth. If that eccentric is bad or the shaft is bad, then you got to buy a whole gearbox, which is like $3,500. So just as well knock that head, you know, in the head, get rid of the head, and buy a new combine head, because that one would be not feasible to fix. But anyway, so I think the parts that are broke are the easily replaceable and not super expensive shit. So we might have lucked out. But being tomorrow's supposed to rain, got the blue cart full and it's tarp, so we're gonna just run this thing back home. So what a wonderful start. We got loadout over the weekend. Got some beans started. They're running pretty good. They're just chewy. I mean, they're little bitty teeny tiny beans, and they're just tough. So we're gonna take a break for a few days, get the combine patched up, and start back again here after the rain. So it didn't take too long. We've got it pretty well tore apart and got the bearing out of up there. Let's go have a look. So that shaft runs the auger bed and all the goofy little shafts in there, and those augers are bringing the grain up from underneath the rotor. The rotor's thrashing up there, and the grain falls down into those augers, and this shaft turns, which turns the augers, which brings everything into the sieves. So we've got that bearing out and the other one. Let's go have a look at it. So this morning when we were greasing, we seen this guy right there, and it didn't have any grease in it, but we could see that the balls were falling out. And I thought, well, shoot. So I put grease in it, and the little metal ring that's supposed to keep the balls in place was there, so I slid it back up over top of it. And yeah, anyway, and then this broke. So she's supposed to be like that. There's a bearing in there on this side, and it had obviously broke off. The little bolts were broke, and they're laying just here. So the little cap had fallen off, bolts had broke, little pin was, you know, walled around, but they told me that that is replaceable. So we're gonna run down to the dealer and see that little pin is a big deal to replace in there, and if it isn't, then we're not going to be too far out of the water. If it is, then that gearbox is potentially junk, or at least this part, this outer yoke, that's like $500. It's got a pin on this side and a pin on that side, and then you got to get the bearings to go there. That's not terrible, but if the whole thing is bad, which it isn't, then it's like $3,500. So it's nice to have Clayton back down again, because he was up inside the combine, loosening the bolts and stuff and grabbing stuff. It was nice to have. I mean, we got Sleepy Pete over here. He's over there lounging. But yeah, those bearings too. Those are awful growly. We're gonna replace them while we got them out. So yeah, we got to get the pickup all cleaned off now so we can go after parts. Well, we're gaining. I've got all the stuff for the gearbox and got it back together. So we ended up replacing, obviously the cap was gone, but replaced that bearing, and the pin that goes in through that center was fine. It was luckily saved and we found it. But new bearing and race, new shims. Same on the back one. This ball down here was replaced because it was, I think it was probably the original culprit because they had beat all the bearing out of that one. The big ball itself was okay. The pin was okay. The pin for the back for this one was fine. We just put new bearings and resealed it. Got that all back together. It's nice and tight now. It's got gunk up in there. I can't turn it, but anyway, I'm still waiting on, still waiting on the bearings for this guy. The dealer had them on hand. Of course, they're, you know, they'd gladly sell them to me for $300 a piece, but yeah, 2 of them. I mean, it's pretty expensive, isn't it? So $600 for those 2 bearings, and 300 and something for that one, and then these were like 30 a piece, which that's not terrible. But yeah, no, I found those bearings out in Ohio through a bearing parts house for $200. So saving a couple hundred there. But anyway, just hammering away, waiting on the rain, as we did end up getting about an inch of rain there that afternoon into the next day. And so it is nice to have this thing underneath the roof where we can work on it, to have it tore apart in the bad weather. So yeah, hopefully another day or 2 we can get back to it. I got to get this back in the head. I'm still waiting on those 2 the great big shaker drive bearings, but they should be here tomorrow. So yeah, we're gaining, almost there. Okay, there's where the new bearing went in, and I apologize we didn't show all that. But yeah, I've got everything back into place, and all the shields back in. New bearing there, and a new bearing there. We did not replace the middle one. It was still good. Not noisy at all, but good. So anyway, yeah, quite a freaking job getting all this shit in. Ended up, we noticed we had some bolts missing, clear up in there around the outside of the rotor, on the rotor cage. So it's been all day today. We took the beater out so I could access the rear of the rotor. And man, what a freaking job. Because I laid a big rubber mat up underneath here, and I had a guy up on the top reaching in through a side panel, and I was laying in this trough with my head. My head was literally clear up there on that first shaker, right out of the back of the auger bed, and holding a wrench. All I could do, I couldn't twist it all because we was in such a precarious spot. Got these a little bit bent up laying across them, but not too bad because I had a big rubber mat on there, so and a board, so I wasn't even laying on them. I was laying on the rubber mat, but these end ones got a little bit dinged. Anyway, job done. Got these about set again, as he's wanting to go down and try tomorrow, even though we had some rain today, and now we got mud puddles again. Oh look, now we got 2 over here relaxing in the car. So it's all back together. Hopefully we can go down and try a little bit of running tomorrow, but that's when the video's coming out. So I guess this has just been a repair the combine video. Anyway, it's ready to go, isn't it? Yep. All right, see you tomorrow. Well guys, we're back at it. We had the blue cart already full, so I've been picking for about an hour and a half now, and we've got 2.5 dumps on the orange one. It's pretty much full. and I'm trying to fill the combine for the last, I guess you guys can see it better than I can, for the last, you know, the last one, because that's just how many the semi needs. And he's not showed up yet. I'm not sure how soon the semi is going to be down. But the beans are tough. The guy I'm picking for doesn't want me to test them. He just says, just go ahead and run them, because we got a week of rain coming up. We need to get these beans out. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, they're a little tough. They're probably like 14%. But we've got 10% beans already on the blue card, so I guess maybe they'll balance out. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, combine's doing a good job. After all that stuff we're doing, and to the back end of the combine, you know, changing, resetting everything, and it's definitely doing a better job cleaning and spreading the chaff. The chaff spreading was kind of a issue, and now that we've readjusted everything with the beater coming out and the belts, you know, being retensioned and everything, it's definitely doing a better job. We don't have really just a single windrow of chaff underground. It's doing a decent job, so I can't really complain. But dirty. These beans are some more of those jungle beans. They're like, I mean, I've got the reel all the way up, and where they're not down, they're actually still tickling the bottom of that big center pipe. So still going pretty slow. The fastest I've gone is like 1.8, and that's a little on the fast side yet, because they're still a little bit tough. Anyway, well, there's the orange wagon. It's, like I said, it's almost full. They're basically full. It could get probably another 75 bushel on, maybe 50 to, oh, probably 50 is about all you're gonna get. But yeah. So that's gonna be probably about the wrap of it for today. Just enough to get a semi cart full and semi trailer full. Then we gotta wait on the semi, because he's gonna try to come again tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Let's see what the semi gets here. Back down here this morning. Just got the combine fueled up and went up and run for a little bit on top of the hill where the wind has been most active, and they're testing 17%. So we had a pretty heavy dew last night. I went down to feed the pigs there about 9 o'clock, and I had in the yard, I had water all over my boots, so pretty heavy dew. So we're gonna just have to wait for it to burn off, dry off a little longer. Anyway, what do you think, guys? We having fun down here picking the beans?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, you guys are gonna have to catch in on the next video. This one's getting about long enough with the repairs this week. So you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a good thumbs up. Questions or comments down below. Until next time, catch you later.